Good evening, everyone. Big moves today for the state's Cannabis Control Board. For the very first time, permanent, non-conditional licenses have been approved as the industry takes a significant step forward. So 38 of those new licenses are for retail dispensaries. Add to that a couple dozen more for so-called micro businesses. We'll get into what that means in just a moment. Plus, there were licenses issued today for cultivating, distributing, and processing the product. And the Cannabis Control Board approved rules for growing cannabis at home. Each adult 21 and older in New York will be able to grow 6 plants at home, 3 of them mature, 3 of them immature, although the limit per household will be 12, 6 of each. In total, you'll be able to have 5 pounds of cannabis flower from plants that you've grown at home or the equivalent weight in cannabis concentrate. Now, those rules we just went over there will go to the public now for comment, and then they are likely to take effect in 60 days. And joining us now with some perspective on this is Joe Schaefer. He's an attorney with Lippis Mathias, where he's the co-lead of the cannabis practice team. Joe, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Michael.
So I went over some of the numbers there. This seems like a pretty significant step forward, albeit a little delayed to what some people would have liked to have seen. What is just sort of your reaction to what happened today?
I feel like I've been saying this for a little while now, but this is actually a big day in New York State cannabis as it relates to the industry that we've been hearing about for about 3 years now. This is our first block of all of the permanent licenses. I think they gave out over 100 licenses across all categories today, or all available categories. So we've got new cultivators licensed, new processors licensed, new micro business license, which I hope we'll have a chance to talk about, new distributors license, which is not really spoken about type of license, and then more dispensaries, which has been kind of the Achilles heel of the state to date. So, another big day in advancing the industry forward.
And in terms of the dispensaries, because that is what most people will be interacting with the most, right? We didn't get a ton of new dispensary licenses today, but we did get word that a lot more are coming soon. And that's not just with dispensaries, but just a lot more licenses are coming, right?
That's right. It's the tip of the iceberg. So while there were 100 licenses given out across those categories, I'd say it's a fraction of the dispensary licenses. I think there were about 40 given out today. They're going to give out another, my math, 500 minus 40, right? So 400 plus licenses coming as far as the dispensaries alone are concerned. And that's just in this licensing window. There will be more licensing windows. It was a very highly competitive window in which, a lot of people wanted to get in. This was the first chance that your average New Yorker with no other eligibility criteria could actually apply. So, first window, a lot of licenses coming here, but also like if we didn't get one and you're interested in it, there will be other opportunities down the road.
And in terms of, you mentioned the micro businesses, a couple of the licenses that were awarded today are clients of yours who are putting in micro businesses. We haven't heard a lot about that. What does that mean?
Yeah, so the micro business, the best way to describe this industry for those of you at home who really don't know much about the cannabis industry, this is the alcohol industry translated into cannabis. So the micro business is very much the micro brewery of the cannabis industry. The exciting part about this license is unlike the other licenses, it is seed to sale. So where if you're cultivating, you can generally not operate a dispensary. This is the one license that allows you to both plant the seed, grow the seed, make the product, and sell it direct to consumer. There isn't a ton of specific regulations because the state doesn't want to get in the way of the New York entrepreneur who maybe it's a farm stand license, maybe it's a farm to table bed and breakfast. There's a ton of opportunity here. It's really exciting. What we're going to see is in the same way that we have, craft beer and craft brews and people lining up to get those on craft beer drop days. I think that the state really wants to see that for our, really high quality, special, limited release products. The joke that we make is, the state's going to have both the Bud Light of cannabis and the Heady Topper or the hay burner of cannabis here in the next few months, which is really exciting.
And real quick, you mentioned next 3 months. I wanted to ask you, how quickly do we expect these places that got licenses today to be operational?
Yeah, so a lot of the dispensary licenses that were given out today already have site control, which has been a big issue for existing dispensaries. So these licensees applied with real estate. So while they have to go through the approval process to make sure that their security is taken care of, their employees are trained properly, it's an expedited timeline for opening. So we could see dispensaries opening up, I think a month would be fair for some of the quicker ones, maybe a little bit extended period of time. But the goal for the state here, especially with the retail outlets, is to move fast as they expect to do.
Lippis Mathias attorney and co-leader of its cannabis practice team, Joe Schaefer. Thanks for coming in, Joe.
Thanks, Michael.